Get you a new outfit. Girl, that's just some child's play. Bounce that shit like, whoa.
In the pool, they sniff on that coke, man, they thinking it's cool. They get so high like the moon. You have an incredible performance. I saw it. You just have like such good in the industry that I want to do my game. I just might do my.
Try and get it off, turn the brakes and tell off. Let me fuck you to this gangster music. Body banging.
Money in the club. I got youngest doing biz. Every money.
Together.
That's one of the few times, maybe the first time, that he's really hit Judas square.
Floyd Mayweather got his hands in the pyramid, much like the picture next to him. My. Hit you like a ton of bricks, don't it? The reason Floyd put his hands in the pyramid is because Floyd supported the brotherhood. Some may even say he signed his name in blood long ago. These people have left us a resume to view, and their resume is horrible. But we're going to review it and tell you the truth and not be hidden anymore. Let's pull up some friends of Floyd. This whole picture is satanic. The little lights that's above, there's really a woman with her legs open and short arms. Now, Floyd may disagree, but we're going to prove it. We're going to bring a picture. Look at the picture to the left. That's the Baphomet with the 6-point star. Notice the woman got a leg spreaded with her arm spreaded, being inserted with a penis. Floyd's friend throws up the goat with a number 1. Floyd's hand is pointing down to number 1, and his buddy is pointing to Floyd. All right? Let's bring it up closer. Notice Floyd's friend has his hands in the goat. Notice got number 1. Look at the things above their head. That's the goat again. Floyd is pointing down. Let's bring it up even closer. Let's highlight it so that you can see that we're not picking on these people. This is the resume they left for us to view. Why is he pointing down? Because Floyd is following the rituals. This is how he get paid, y'all. Everything is about the Baphomet and the sellout. See, pointing up, pointing down. The Baphomet is indicating that he has both parts. That's why they're so big on transgender, because the Baphomet has a male part and a female part. That's why they're so huge on transgender. You understand? This picture says it all. And all you so-called elders and men of the Lord that wear these 6-point stars on your uniform, your hats, you should be ashamed of yourself, because that's a hexagram. Solomon was ridiculed for worshiping strange gods. It's really the hexagram of Moloch. So if you're wearing a 6-point star, you're telling the world that you worship the Baphomet. Check out this interview with Floyd.
Forbes magazine reported that you are the world's highest paid athlete, earning last year $85 million. Are they correct?
It could be a little. It could be a little bit more than that. More than that. Yes.
What is it like? You didn't grow up rich, did you?
I had the best of both worlds.
You did?
Yes. Well, you know, I stayed with my mother at one particular time in New Brunswick, New Jersey. We lived 7 deep in a 1-bedroom apartment, no hot water.
You call that the best of both worlds?
You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
You have to let me finish. But also, at one particular time, I stayed with my dad as a kid, and my dad, of course, you know, he hustled, you know, in the inner city of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he made sure I had the finer things in life when I was young, also. So, I say the best of both worlds.
I understand. How does it feel though to have everything? That you can go to any store and buy anything. How's that feel like?
Well, what I come to find out, it's not always about, you know, the money. You know, of course, I'm Floyd Money Mayweather, and of course, who don't like to make a lot of money, or who don't like the finer things in life? But if you can have all the money in the world, But if you don't have no freedom, then it's just like you being broke. So I come to find out that my freedom is more important than anything.
Now you had your freedom taken away for a couple of months.
So that's what I learned. Yeah. My freedom is very important because when I was locked up, I couldn't do nothing.
Floyd is owned by the mob, the elite, and a string of other people. They still own Floyd. They don't really start realizing how deep they're in until they start to get older. See, Floyd is close to being in his 40s now. The elites equals the mob and the high priests, Masonic Masons. And that's just the truth. You remember when the show first started, when Floyd and Robert's dad was going at it? Ain't it ironic? Before and after the fight, they hug like things have never happened. Didn't I tell you in the beginning of the film that it's all hype? Proof in the pudding that they don't have beef, y'all. It's all hype to sell tickets and watch pay-per-view. That's all it is. They told them what to do. Okay. Why did 50 and Floyd have this feud? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but let's just get to the nitty-gritty very brief. 50 Cent had no intentions on staying with Floyd Camp for very long because 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson that is a very self-centered bastard. He's the type of guy that wants all the glory. 50 was only at Floyd's camp to see exactly what he was doing, to be a spy. That's all he was doing. 50's the type of guy that wants you to chase him and do what he say and follow up behind him. Floyd started peeping some of the things 50 was doing and just didn't like his flow. And to show you that 50 was a dictator, he wanted to control Floyd's promotion without Floyd's consent. Well, if Floyd hadn't got rid of 50, that's just the beginning of these two guys who sold their soul. Yes, they did. The picture indicated all, right? That's just the beginning of what 50 was going to do to Floyd. Floyd, 50 was sent to your camp by the elites. And I think you know that. That's why you throw your hands in the pyramid when you talk. I know a lot of you saw the money they was flaunting and you just was getting sick in your stomach that you didn't have none of it. But did you know that they had to get that approved? No celebrity or sports figures can take out millions of dollars and showcase it anywhere without getting approved and finalized. The money was a publicity stunt for promotional use for YouTube and other events to make young people go out and do anything to be a hustler, to be anything, a singer, American Idol, to try to get that wealth. That's why we do these films, because these guys are telling you nothing but lies how they get their money. All of them are part of it. From the promoters, the sportscasters, they're all brotherhood. If you're going to be in that arena and try to make money, you got to bow down and do what they tell you. And a lot of times you got to go to those gay parties, great gay transgender parties, and you got to get yours the way they get theirs. And if not, you can't make money.
I mean, the perception of the public, blacks in particular, I spoke to them, they think they are proud that Don King is doing what used to be controlled by the white man, the promotional business, and that he's there because he's tough. You know, he doesn't take shit from anybody.
Don King was set up by the elites to pimp out black young men of talent. He was set up and was told to say what he could say, to ridicule white folks, to make it seem like he's not a part of any slave holder or no one have chuckles on him. He became very believable to the ghetto kids, and he took them all for broke. Don King is nothing but a coon, and that's just the truth.
It's about humanity, people coming together, working together, living together, understanding each other with the word R-E-S-P-E-C-T, respect. Love you, baby.
I love you too. Where do you stand on ending the private Federal Reserve banking system?
I stand on people getting an equal fair shake in America. And there's been the haves and the have-nots. It always have been. And so now what you people are doing, the young people that have the guts and the intestinal fortitude to love this country, you're fighting for change. And I support change. I support what you're doing in the manner in which you're doing it. And so when you say about the different things, I can't speak on what I don't understand, but I do understand poverty. I understand being poor. I understand being underprivileged. I understand discrimination, separation, segregation. I understand all of that. And so now if you can get everybody to come together that we can solve each of our problems, we're going to have a better America. Working together work, black and white alike.
Let's just have less Barack Obama change. We don't need that change. There is no change in that.
Well, you know, that is not so, because you got to understand something. Everything that Barack Obama did, he inherited. You got to understand, he just came
and
in,
expanded.